one, credibility. Do you have credibility? And how do you obtain that? I think that comes from, number one, being great at what you do. That comes with practice. That comes with studying. That comes from, researching, talking to people in your field. It's a lot of things. You have to do the work to be great at what you do.
By listening to my guests share how they are discovering their best self, you will discover the best part of you.
All right, welcome back to Discover Your Best Self podcast show. And I have a treat for you today. We are talking about Women's History Month. Yes, it is March, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast show. You can subscribe to the podcast and also on YouTube. So go ahead and do that now. And thank you for you all who are already subscribers and supporters of the show. So let's go ahead and talk about women and the workplace. Yes. So we want to be respected and we want to own our space. Is that right? I would definitely agree. And I think that there are a couple of things and ways to do that. And that would be, one, credibility. Do you have credibility? And how do you obtain that? I think that comes from, number one, being great at what you do. That comes with practice. That comes with studying. That comes from, researching, talking to people in your field. It's a lot of things. You have to do the work to be great at what you do. And no, you're not going to be great when you're starting out. I was horrible at this at first. I didn't know what I was doing. And I think I'm doing pretty well, but I'm not the best. So I'm always working to get to where I want to be. Okay? And the second thing is being present. We always have so many things running through our minds. It's so hard for us to just focus sometimes. Be present. What does that mean? Getting your rest. Maybe you need to meditate. Put the things aside that don't need to be handled at that moment and focus on what needs to be handled at that time. Don't be emotional. I know this is a big thing, especially with men. They like to say that, oh, well, women are emotional. They can't make sound decisions and blah, 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 blah. I'm hoping that this stigma goes away, but I think sometimes it's still here. And so the way to do that is to make a list, right? Make a list of the things that you can control and the things that you can't control. And men, this is for you too, because sometimes y'all are a little emotional as well. Let's just be real, okay? And also taking care of yourself, right? Feeling great about yourself. Maybe exercising, whatever it is that makes you feel good, do it. Because I will tell you one thing, it presents itself when you are presenting yourself. People can tell when you're tired or you're stressed out or you're just not into it. And let's just be real, those days will happen and they will occur. But take your time and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Be selfish. It's okay. And then also knowing your worth. Oh my God, not only monetarily, but also who you are, how valuable you are to what you do. Know that your input is important, that your diverse thinking, not just what you look like, but the way that you think is different, right? And that's useful. People need that wherever it is, wherever you are. So knowing your worth monetarily, researching that and asking for it, knowing that that's what you're worth. So I hope that these things have been helpful. Establishing credibility, being present, being non-emotional, writing down your controls and non-controllables, taking care of yourself, and knowing your worth. Yes, happy Women's History Month. I hope this was helpful, and y'all have a good one.
Thank you for listening to Discover Your Best Self. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Follow us on Instagram at Discover Your Best Self.